What's up, YouTube? For tonight's video, I have a little bit more of a serious topic that I want to discuss. I don't ever do these kinds of videos, but I feel I really need to do this one because I am being directly attacked and I need to protect my brand and myself from false accusations. Now, Verlisify has done a video about me recently, Hacker Exposed, which is quite funny because that's the Pokemon title that I made up for a series, and he's done other videos concerning me in them as well. So I want to abolish all of the claims he's made about me and provide evidence, of course, and provide some other information as well that could be helpful too. Now, I want to try and be as mature about this as possible because I think that's the best way to go about these things. It's awkward. I don't want to do videos about this. I hate drama type videos. I don't want to be known for drama type videos. So this is the only video that I actually do on this topic. So I'm going to be quite involved in trying to cover everything that he's said about me. There's a lot of things, like it's hard to answer to everything. It would take me months. This a real involved video would take me months, but I have a lot of stuff already that I want to put in this, so I'm going to just do my best job at explaining some of the issues that he has brought up. All right, let's get into his first point. So his first point was about a Skarmory that I used in a Magikarp sweep. So this was a year ago or more, or getting close to a year ago, and this Skarmory could not get Stealth Rocks at the time. Skarmory now obviously can get Stealth Rocks because Pokebank's out. So why this may not seem as a big thing, it is quite a big thing to me because at the time with the Skarmory, which was actually not mine. So I want to explain what happened. So I have my own Pokemon chat that I take battles and trades. I'm sure some of you have already been there and battled me and stuff, and some of you hang out there every day. If you don't, you should definitely should. That's where I take all my battles, and I do some trades there every now and then too. So before I was getting through a lot of the story and working on some guides and things like that, I was going for a couple of Pokemon sweeps, and I didn't actually have a dedicated Stealth Rocker, Toxic Spiker, any trap Pokemon ready. I was just trying to break Focus Sash, right? Sturdy and things like that. Anything to help in the Pokemon sweeps because, Magikarp needs all the help it can get. Anyways, that's by the by. So I asked in my chat, does someone have like a Pokemon that I can borrow? And, one of my fans obviously did. And I'm not going to name drop people. The username on the screen is obviously not their YouTube username. So I'm not going to be bad mouthing them or anything because it was my choice to take the Pokemon and use it. So in that aspect, I used the Skarmory without knowing that it was hacked at this point in the game. Only to find out afterwards that it was. So it was 100% my fault for using the Skarmory, but I 100% didn't hack the Skarmory, as Verlisify says I did. So Verlisify could have easily come and asked me this himself. He knows that already, but he didn't bother to do so. So he wanted me to react to him and to get as much attention and dirt on me as possible. And that's about it for that point. I did think about doing this on Twitter, but the problem was not a lot of you would see it. I've only got a smaller amount of my audience on Twitter because I started Twitter quite late after I did YouTube. So I'm trying to encourage a lot of you to go there because I do, post updates and stuff. And sometimes I give a hint to what I'm uploading. So if you are interested in that, you should definitely check that out. That's Pimpnite YT as well. That's in the description of the video as always. Obviously, as I said, at the time, I didn't know about the Skarmory, and it was given to me in a trade. So, and as I said, it was my fault for using it. I take full responsibility for using it. That's basically it. I used a Pokemon that I didn't realize was hacked. So most of the time I do breed my Pokemon, like 95% of the time, but sometimes I do trade with people. Actually, a lot of the time I do trade with people. I have my giveaways, which I receive a lot of Pokemon, as you can imagine. I also trade hundreds and hundreds of people most months. I do have a lot of help with that too, trading. As Verlisify thinks I trade all those Pokemon people by myself and give out all these Pokemon by myself. I don't. I actually have a big team of people helping me. I don't want to bring them into it because it's not their fight. It's mine, and I'm just providing some information. Anyways, that's how it went down. I used a Skarmory, and I didn't realize it was that was it. That's all he had to say, was just to ask me that. He talked about that for 10 minutes of the video, a 10-minute video. Like he didn't even need to make the video, and you guys know why he does it. It's clearly for attention. Anyways, I want to cover some of the other stuff. He has actually said about me too. Okay, so this is another classic Verlisify moment. On his Twitter, he accuses me of using a hacked Chandelure. Now this video, let's look at it, was 6 years. This was 6 years ago, right? So let me give you a little bit of background on Pokemon 6 years ago. Now, Pokemon back then was from 4th to 5th gen, even there, around there. That's where the whole Wi-Fi battling came in. You could bring anything you wanted online, right? You could bring... Someone even brought a belly drum Blissey on stream. It was hilarious. But a lot of, back then, I had a YouTube chat. This is when YouTube had a really grand layout and had like all the comments on their chat. So I would ask people to suggest Pokemon sweeps or even send me Pokemon to sweep with, right? So I did that multiple times back in the day, in the black and white days, and I did some in the 4th gen days too, some battles and some Pokemon sweeps. So I did that, and I used a couple of people's Pokemon. I can't be sure of the exact number. I'd have to go through every single one of my old videos and see. But yeah, that's what happened. Now the Chandelure in question was not my Pokemon, so I actually reached out to the guy who it was, and I haven't seen this guy for many, many years, so it was quite difficult to get hold of him. Finally, I did, and I got a thing for you. I'm going to put that on the screen, so you can read that now, and obviously, basically, it's summing up that it was his Pokemon. He gave me the rights to use it, but in the end, I was the one who used the Pokemon, so that's my fault for using the Pokemon. But once again, I did not hack the Pokemon in, as Verlisify 100% claims. So a lot of the time, in my older videos, he could go through some of my old videos and do this. I don't really care. I used a lot of my fans' Pokemon back then, or friends' Pokemon. So that's really by the by. The main thing I see about Verlisify is if he had really any evidence on me at all, he'd be using something a lot better than that, not like scrounging at the bottom of the barrel for something that was 6 years ago or a year ago. He'd be able to find it very, very easily. Verlisify also accused me of getting the early copies of Sun and Moon, hacking them in and using them. He has a video, I'll leave that on the screen and in the description.
There's also a couple other things I was looking at, like the sheer volume of Pokemon playthrough episodes that were put out on the first day. Like, I understand that since Pimpnite's in Australia, he did have, like, time zone advantage and a couple of extra hours to upload the content. I didn't have the exact timestamps of when these were uploaded, but it's very suspicious that you can do 14 parts of 30 minutes per episode in less than a day. Like, the rendering times, upload times of YouTube are not going to allow for that. So it's like 30 minutes on average for a lot of the parts right there, and then it was just multiple days with a straight upload.
Where he goes on about saying that it's questionable that I got all these episodes up so quickly and at this date. And then I proved him wrong on Twitter, and he didn't even say anything. So that's typical Verlisify. You can prove him wrong. He asks for proof all the time. I gave him the proof, and he didn't even acknowledge it. He didn't even apologize either. So I even provided receipts. So did Kath. But we never actually heard anything back from him. He should have said this. He should have taken the video down, and he should have said, "I'm sorry for putting that in the video. I shouldn't have done that. I was wrong. I should have asked you first." And you know what? I would have been cool with that. But since he didn't, and since he knowingly didn't, that's another thing with him too. Like, he shouldn't have done that. And when you incriminate someone with evidence, your evidence needs to be 100% solid. You can't say, "Oh, well, that Pokemon is hacked." That Pokemon could have been given to you by anyone. And even if you look at his Fan Fridays, people could be using hacked Pokemon in them, but they appear to be legit, and there are ways to do that as widely. You could just Google search that, as I've been told by a lot of people. So he could have been showcasing battles with hacked Pokemon then, but that doesn't make him a hacker. And why should that make me a hacker for? That doesn't. And I was unknowingly doing it too, as well as him unknowingly uploading his videos if someone did have a hacked Pokemon. So I hope that one makes sense anyway, which I found those quite funny actually, and very hypocritical. He has a lot of hypocrisy surrounding him in that aspect. Verlisify also, in the same video that he accused me of pirating Pokemon Sun and Moon, he also accused me of faking my shiny Pokemon team. Now what this one was, I got 6 Pokemon from wondertrade, and I used them in a Pokemon battle, basically just pulling the piss out of wondertrade, how there's like 6 IV Pokemon there, and they're obviously hacked. I don't care. It was just a funny video I thought up during my 24-hour live stream. Now Verlisify says, this is quote unquote,
full hacked Pokemon team 100% legit, where Pimpnite seeks out quote-unquote Wonder Trade Pokemon that are shiny and max IVs and stuff like that. Now my question is, did Pimpnite stream this? Because I don't keep up with every little thing going on with Pimpnite.
He always does this. He does this in every evidence video. He said, did Pimpnite stream this? Asking, in relation to did Pimpnite stream getting these Pokemon. Now, if you were providing evidence on someone, you should have done that research before asking that. You don't ask a question in a video that you're providing evidence for. Like, obviously. Now, to answer Verlisify's question, yes, I did. And I'm sure a lot of you did see my 24-hour live stream. If you didn't, I'll leave the 3 links in the description. I actually had to put it into 3 parts because YouTube didn't actually allow me to upload it. It had some, I don't know, YouTube live streaming is quite... It's still a little bit work to do there, but I did receive those Pokemon in my live stream, so that's how I got them, and they were on wondertrade.
But did Pimpnite stream like him receiving these shiny Pokemon as well? Because that could also be something a little staged just for the idea of the theme, like, hey, give me obviously hatch Pokemon, then we can do something like that.
His words, not mine. He was saying, you know, this could somehow be set up or something like that. There's no way it can be set up. All I did was wondertrade people, and I got a Pokemon back and used it in a video. So that kind of covered that point. Another point Verlisify loves to make is, why can other people upload videos about hacked Pokemon, but I can't? I can tell you exactly why, Verlisify. The best example I could probably use would be my Hacker Exposed series that I made up a while ago. Now, this series was not to put people down, it wasn't to witch hunt people. It was an enjoyable series that would showcase people that use hacked Pokemon and basically say, you know, why are these Pokemon not getting caught for, and just generally having a laugh, really. There was no personal attacks or anything, and the battles were quite funny. Like, the DCs, the bad sportsmanship, funny things like that. Like, even... They were meant to be a laugh, right? There was no personal attacking in the videos. Verlisify personal attacks people when he makes videos about shiny Pokemon. Also, as soon as he sees a shiny, he's like, "Oh, that's questionable." He doesn't have any evidence at all, and you could search any of his videos that pertain to shiny Pokemon. You know, he has no evidence. He puts claims out there, but only has half-assed evidence, or if any, really. So that was a definite point that he has that obviously that I do not like about him. And you know, every point that he has made against me, there's always been room for, you know, there was nothing. Like, I didn't even have a chance to defend myself on any of those points because he never asked me. He just put it out there on Twitter. Oh, Hacker Exposed, this, that. It's quite funny that Verlisify likes to use my titles as well. He likes to use my titles in his videos. He also likes to use my username in his tags. I mean, why would you do that to someone you think's a hacker? Or it's just very strange. I think we both know why you do it for, Verlisify. The formatting of my videos. Verlisify says something along the lines of this. You can go to this video and watch it yourself, which also has ads enabled. A video about drama and picking on someone or exposing someone should never have ads in it. That's really wrong. That's why I chose not to put ads in this video, even though that I'm just defending myself. I have said things about him too, valid things. I've not said them without validity. But I have said things, so I'm not going to, monetize off that kind of thing. Anyways, so he says my bloopers are used to make my videos longer, as well as my outro. Both of those things are so severely flawed, it's not funny. Another thing I said with Verlisify, he just doesn't do the research, right? He doesn't ever do the research. If you look on my videos, I do have a description down the bottom about the bloopers, about my Pokemon sweeps. It kind of relates to why I did bloopers. So, taking you back a while, my very first couple of Pokemon sweeps I did on YouTube. I'd start to... that kind of was sort of the thing I was known for back then, sweeping people with crappy Pokemon or unexperienced players just for a laugh, right? So there were some people who said, these obviously are fake, you're right. So I kind of got fed up with people saying they were fake. So I was like, okay, well, if they're fake, I'm just going to show, some cutscenes of what actually happened with all my failed attempts. So I start adding my failed attempts in the videos, which, obviously made them longer, but there wasn't much I could really do. Like, I can't show proof without adding nothing to the video, right? A lot of the time, the videos or the footage was just really boring and long, so it was quite hard to include things that were interesting that people would want to watch, or they just watch a sweep and go away. So I had to include, some of the best moments. A lot of the time it was the battle spot moments as well. Commonly I'd try and go for, and nowadays I try and commonly go for a sweep when I verse 3 Pokemon, and then I try and go for the 6v6 from there. Anyway, that is by the by, and that's why I add my bloopers in for my Pokemon sweeps. A lot of people did ask for it too, and the option is always there to, if you don't want to watch the bloopers, you don't have to. If you want to, then sure, that's great. So I think that's a very weak point. Same with my theme teams. I usually have 2 battles per theme team, and then I have bloopers about the battle. Some of my bloopers are long, some of them are short. Like, it all depends on what ones I get. If I find them entertaining, or there wasn't many funny moments, I'll just include what I think was, relevant and entertaining. That's basically it. That's the only reason why I added them in. So with theme teams, people always wonder, I'll upload a video that's a mono water type team. Then you'll get someone in the comments going, oh man, this would get wrecked by a mono electric type team. No, obviously. So I include things like that in the video to show that it's, basically I'm showing I'm not getting these on the first go. It's taking many goes to get these. So, and they're not flawless strategies. I have never said my Pokemon strategies are flawless and OP, however you want to put them. I just do this for fun, and I like the challenge. So that's why I went and did that. So my videos are not bloated out for any reason. However, his videos are bloated out. He speaks about one topic. You could see, like a Pokemon trailer, I think it was Lycanroc or something. He did about 10 videos on Lycanroc. I mean, it's very, very hypocritical. And a trailer will come out that's only like a minute long, but he'll talk for 20 minutes about it, or 10 minutes or 1 second. He does it himself. And I don't have a problem with people doing 10-minute videos, because, it's obviously, surviving on YouTube is very hard, and you need... a lot of people use ad blocker and things like that. It's very difficult. I do thank you to all the people that do have my channel whitelisted. I very much appreciate that. But if someone wants to do that, that is fine. But you cannot do it yourself and then accuse other people. Verlisify is a common denominator for drama, and he commonly does things, accuses people, but then does exactly the same things himself, if not worse. There is just countless videos out there about him. So, as you can see, there's one common denominator. There's not 1,000 videos about Bob or Tom. There's 1,000 videos about Verlisify, and there's a good reason for that. It can't keep being every single one of these people's. They can't all be hackers and scum of the earth, right? Okay, another thing I wanted to cover about was my giveaway Pokemon. Now, Verlisify loves to fawn over that I give out hack Pokemon all the time. Now, he has quips at me all the time on Twitter and things like that. It really doesn't bother me, but when he starts saying things like that constantly, it does get rather irritating when I'm actually one of the few ones doing legitimate giveaways. So, what I have, a lot of the legendary Pokemon, I have distribution carts for. Now, if you don't know what distribution carts are, they were little carts given out at event. Well, they weren't given out. Sorry, they were giving out Pokemon from Nintendo employees. So you'd go there, you'd turn on your wireless, you'd get the Pokemon, and then you'd leave. So I actually have a lot of those carts. I'm going to cue some of them on the screen for you to see. That's not all of the carts I have either. That was not even a recent photo. But that's some of the ones I got. I've got much more than that. Now, a lot of these Pokemon, I'm going to give these away. Now, Verlisify will probably say they're hacked because, it's impossible to get a Pokemon off a distribution cart. But it's not. I will restart the game and I will get multiples of these and give them away. That's how my giveaways work. Or I will breed up Pokemon and give them away. Now, with my breedable Pokemon, I have multiple people helping me that behind the scenes. It's not only me breeding up the Pokemon to give away. Verlisify seems to think it's all me doing this, and I have never said that it's only me giving the Pokemon away. So, and also I do trade a lot of people too, and I said I trade a lot of people and I get a lot of Pokemon too. That goes without saying, that's common sense. Anyways, so that's answered the question about giveaways. Any of the other giveaways that he's accused of being fake, they're not fake. They are all legitimate Pokemon. Now, this was another thing I wanted to discuss as well. Verlisify's views on glitching. Now, in Gen 2, right, you can glitch Pokemon, like you can glitch items, so you can get multiple items, right? You can get multiple Pokemon. And that's been there for yonks, right? It still is in the virtual copies today. Now, in Pokemon X and Y and Oris, you could do a trade clone glitch where you trade Pokemon, right? And if you turn your DS off at exactly the right moment, it clones the Pokemon and you get like a double of it. Now, I had some particular events like Shiny Shaman and Shiny Mew, which were legitimate events that I did. And I use this method to clone them, right? Because I don't have any of those action replays or stuff to clone Pokemon. I did it this way, and it took a very long time, and it wasn't only me doing it as well. There was multiple people helping me out. Anyways, so that's what it was going on, and then Verlisify says they're all hacked because, you know, glitching is hacking. But Verlisify himself has done many glitches on his YouTube channel himself. He's done ADEF Glitch Mew, which is a lot worse. This could even be deemed as hacking because you can make the Pokemon shiny, you can make it whatever moves, you can do whatever you like to it really. When you compare that to something tame as a trade clone glitch, it doesn't even measure up. So the hypocrisy is once again there. Also, he's done the Pelago glitch, which was deemed, it wasn't deemed good, so that got patched. So he's done another glitch there. He's done multiple glitches. He's also done Instacheck himself. He's got a video on that. Instacheck uses outside software, so once again, he's been controversial himself. So he's done Instacheck as well. Now, what Instacheck does, it just checks whether you can get a shiny Pokemon or not. I'll leave all these links in the description, so I'm not going to go through what they are. Once again, I don't have a problem with people using this, but when you say, glitching is hacking, but you do glitching yourself, you can't say that to one person, but do the same thing, if not worse, yourself. So and I also did a disclaimer if these certain Pokemon were, trade clone glitch, and I can't get multiples of them. I'm lucky to get one. Another one of the many things I have on Verlisify is this video here. So Verlisify goes full tryhard and destroys Pokemon cheating filth. Just his usual titles that he calls these kind of videos. You actually notice in the description it says, note, cloning is cheating too. Now, there's a site called Wayback Machine which lets you travel way back, as the name suggests, and you can check on any YouTube link, channel, any page really, and it stores the data from that point in time, which also means description changes. Now, if you look at Verlisify's video a while ago, you can actually see there's a couple of little changes in the description. Oh, so if you see, note, cloning is cheating too, well, that's exactly the same. Glitch abuse is also against the rules. What? Why is this gone for? Oh, wait. I had to go back and change it because people are going to realize that I uploaded glitches too. And this is another thing that gets back to it. I did the trade clone glitch on the Pokemon, and he's done glitches himself. So once again, this definitely 100% shows evidence against his constant hypocrisy. Now, I actually got a Beast Ball Beldum, which was great. Verlisify also mentioned that, said that was questionable. It's not questionable at all. It wasn't actually that hard to do. It took me about 3 hours to get it. What I did is I did a strategy with a Smeargle. I actually would have loved to put this. It's almost like with Verlisify, I almost have to put everything I do behind the scenes on YouTube, like breeding my team, doing this, I have to put it on YouTube, otherwise it's not 100% pleased. That's the thing with him, which is annoying because I don't ask that of him, and other people shouldn't ask that of other people either. It's just rude. Anyway, so we have the Beldum and I've got a Smeargle strategy, right? So obviously, I've got conversion to make myself into ghost type, and then the Beldum wouldn't take me out with takedown. So someone he'll probably do a video on this belt, how to get Beast Ball Beldum or something like that. But anyways, that's how to go about. I went about getting it, and I just basically all you got to do is just keep tossing, and obviously I did false swipe as well with the Smeargle, and I just kept tossing beast balls at it to get it, and eventually got it. It is really just a time thing, and that's what a lot of my work is. It's a time thing. Verlisify likes to talk about my theme teams a lot and say they're hacked without any real evidence at all, as per usual. So let me actually give you some real evidence. So I've got multiple Pokebanks. I've been playing Pokemon for many years. I've got multiple games. Also, Kath helps me out with some breeding too. I've got other people that do help me out with a little bit of breeding too. But as I said, most of the breeding is done by me. So I've got all these games, all these resources, all these things. As I'm going to put these up on the screen to you so you can see them. It really does not make sense why I would do that. And my Discord just beeped for some reason. Anyways, it doesn't make any sense why I do that. So it kind of leads back to Verlisify already knows this. He's just trying to get unnecessary dirt on me for no reason. Anyways, what else did I want to say? He also, when he made fun of, didn't really make fun, when he had a go at my bloopers, saying that I stretched the videos out for extra ad revenue, let's have a look what he does. So I already explained why I did that, but let's actually have a look at his channel. His channel is mainly just really fast, pumped out videos for hype. They take very little amounts of time to make. Like, most of his videos will consist of a screen recording of Cerebri, Twitter, someone's YouTube channel he's hating on at the current time. Anything, just a screen. It just requires nothing. Like, you could do it when you're like a kid, right? It's kid editing, really. You could do that in 1 second, right? And you don't even do your own battles either. Your fans submit them, which is great. That's fine. That's cool, but you actually don't do any real work at all. All you're doing is uploading and narrating over someone else's battle, which is very, very easy and very, very, it's not time consuming at all. It's easy. So it's no wonder you can get 5 to 10 videos out a day and pump them out. And if you don't put mid-rolls on your videos, it doesn't matter because you've already put 10 of them out there, which is going to make more than a person who puts a single mid-roll on their video. And especially myself, my videos take multiple hours to make, not just 1 hour of video. Mine take me at least a day to make it, sometimes more. And in between that, I'm breeding Pokemon, I'm doing other things. I've got, it's full on. Basically, this YouTube is my life. So I also work 6 days a week at least. Sometimes I even work a bit on Thursdays as well. So that's just a little insight to my schedule for you, to be able to completely do all this. Anyways, so with these videos, they're obviously all stretched out to 10 minutes. We know why, which is fine. You're allowed to put your videos to 10 minutes plus. That's cool. Everyone's allowed to make money on YouTube if they can. Everyone wants views on their video. That's fine as well. I'm not saying anything bad about that. But if you do it yourself, you can't accuse other people of doing it. And you're doing it yourself. It's just unnecessary drama and complete and utter hypocrisy, basically. That's basically my main thing of Verlisify. He's a very, very hypocritical person. He'll do the things himself, but then call out other people that do it as well. Personal attacks. Okay, so my subscribers, I am absolutely indebted to. They watch my videos. That's more that I could ever ask. And if some of them even donate to me via Patreon, and I really want to talk about Patreon as well. So with my Patreon, Verlisify did mention in the video, I'm making all this money on Patreon, but what Verlisify fails to understand is it's more like not me receiving free money. It's more me actually commissioning my work, because I'm breeding these Pokemon and I'm making theme teams for other Pokemon. That's not free. That's me doing, something equal in exchange, which I am very, very grateful for that I've got that opportunity. So that's how he portrays it as something that is what it's not. So I'm doing a lot of work for that too. So that's kind of like my second job around YouTube. Anyways, another thing that I wanted to mention was how he talks to other people and his fans as well. It's disgraceful. He'll block people on Twitter if he disagrees with them or has an opposite opinion. He cannot handle an opposite opinion to his own. It's not in his nature. As soon as you have an opposite opinion, you're dead to him, you're blocked, and he'll start bad-mouthing you without you being able to reply. So that's how he operates and how he's operated for as long as I can remember seeing some of his first tweets and videos. Now, an interesting thing too is when I first come across Verlisify, I've seen a few of his videos, like Fury Cutter Venusaur and things like that. I mean, it's a garbage set. We know it's all a garbage set. It's a meme, basically. But I thought, at least he's doing something funny. It's a bit different. I wasn't sure if he was being serious. Like, if he was being serious that these sets were good. It turned out he is being serious about these sets. So, whatever. I've used a Spec Steelix with Hidden Power, probably 6 IVs hacked. Oh dear. Anyways, I've used crazy sets myself, so that's not really what's in question here. What's in question is he actually contacted me on Twitter. It was quite a long while ago. It could have been a year ago or something like that, and just asked for a collaboration. So at the time, I was really, really busy with my work, and it was cool that someone actually asked me for a collab because not many people had. I kind of like to do my own thing on YouTube. Like, I already have a lot of work without doing collaborations, but I have actually, I actually did my first collab a little while ago with Dobbs and a couple of other I think about doing it with a couple other people too in the future. If anyone asks me, I'm up for it. That's cool. Anyways, so he explained that he wanted to do a collaboration. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of busy at the moment, dude. Like, I'm backed up 3 months. So I was like, I was considering after 3 months, this would be cool doing with another poker tuber that doesn't do like, real standard sets, or as I'd seen at that time, like Heavy Slam Wailord and Fury Out of Venusaur. Anyways. So I then started seeing all these videos crop up about him, but that didn't change anything really for me, because I thought, okay, well, these people obviously had a disagreement with him. I don't judge people. I only judge people by their inactions rather than their actions. So I went over to Verlisify's Twitter, and then I saw all this stuff that he was writing, and it was a disgrace. Like, telling people to drink base liquids, telling people that, the cancer, even having a go at people with mental illness, like really scummy things like that, like that you wouldn't do, that are actually illegal to do. Like, these are really terrible actions. So I thought, well, I don't really want anything to do with this guy. Like, so be it. If I collaborate and talk to this guy, it's going to make me an accessory in his feelings, and I do not want to be a part of that at all, because it's scum, and he loves to use the word scummy, and so do I. I like to use it too, but that is the definition of scummy. That is not cool. So those sort of things are disgraceful, and there's no ever excuse for them. And especially a lot of your audience would be kids as well. So you need to be mature and take the high ground. A lot of the time, too, he's not very thankful for his subscribers as well. You really don't see him thanking his subscribers. He's more like, I put a video out there. You guys are lucky for that. That's his kind of attitude. He's not thankful for his audience at all. Like, his audience is what made him there. Like, I'm thankful for all the people that, raised me up and helped me get to where I am today. I'm very thankful for that, and I always will be. But he's not like that. He thinks that he's putting videos out there and that everything's owed to him. It's the other way around. We're owed to the viewers who watch our videos. And that's how YouTube is. Anyways, and this is all my opinion as well. I could absolutely be 100% wrong. Anyways, let's go on some other things. On YouTube, you can have tags in your videos. There actually are particular type of tags that can be called meta tags. Now, these tags allegedly can give you a advantage in the YouTube algorithm. The YouTube algorithm changes all the time. It's like a roller coaster, right? We don't know what's going to happen, and we just have to adapt to it and hope that our videos still get seen. Anyways, Verlisify himself has accused many people of using meta tags and tagging people and tagging things incorrectly in the in their video just to get an easy ride on views, or something. That'd be something he'd say, an easy ride, or scraping up the views, something like that. I'm sure he'd say something like that. Anyways, Verlisify has tagged me in his videos multiple times. He's labeled videos like mine multiple times. He's even put meta tags in himself. So that's just another point that I have against him. Like, it's his constant hypocrisy. You're doing one thing and then doing it himself right after. But it's all right when he does it, but not when anyone else does it. And when anyone tries to call him out for it, they get blocked or silenced, or they just don't have a big enough voice on their platform. So, yeah, I'm hoping I'm getting through to some of the people who didn't know this information. So, since especially since Pokemon Sun and Moon, there has been something called data mining and leaks. So, data mining on leaks has become a popular thing for people to post to try and get, easier views on their videos. Now, once again, I'm not having a go at it. You can post whatever you like on YouTube. But this is a very easier way to get views on your videos, posting about new information or information that people don't know about yet, or anything along those lines. Now, Verlisify constantly posts data mining information before Sun and Moon. Now, since he's so against hacking, and data mine is hacking, basically, you can Google what that is, and I'll provide some screenshots throughout the video about that. He'll constantly put up data mining before the game comes out. Verlisify himself single-handedly spoiled Sun and Moon for me by putting screenshots in his videos that actually were big spoilers. Also, he'll put Fakemon in his thumbnails as well, but then he'll call other people out for doing the same thing. So it's the same old thing, really. He can do it, but no one else can. So I know a lot of people, and this wasn't just me, I know a fair bit of my fan base got spoiled by Verlisify videos. Just leaking Pokemon's hidden abilities, leaking things in the game. And then Verlisify will say something like this. This is probably what Verlisify would say. Let's come up with it. I'll do this right on the spot. I didn't make you click on this video. I didn't do anything. I was just posting information about the game. The problem with that, Verlisify, is your thumbnails are spoilers and so are your titles. And when you don't do spoilers, you do fake mon information and Pokemon stars, all that crap. None of that was ever even. It wasn't even solid proof or anything. It was just speculation. And once again, I don't mind speculation videos, but you need to be clear about how you do it. You can't put sun and moon, Pokemon stars confirmed or new leaks and things like that, but put a fake mon on there and then accuse someone else 5 minutes later of doing the same thing, which you've done yourself constantly. You do it constantly, and you do. Another point about Verlisify is his constant bragging. Verlisify likes to flex and brag about a lot of things, especially his YouTube performance. Let's have a little look into that. So Verlisify has got, 4,000-ish videos, which is obvious because he uploads multiple videos a day. Now, if you look at someone that takes a day to make their videos or more, like myself, or even someone who puts even more time in, like animators, we're not going to have as many videos as someone like Verlisify. But Verlisify will still brag that he gets the most views per day, I wonder why, and stats and things like that, even when a lot of these channels are like mine and others are still matching him and outperforming him at a lot of the time. But as someone who's successful, you should never, ever brag at all. You should be humble and modest about your achievements in anything. And that's how I think you should be. Verlisify is not humble, he is not modest, and he constantly brags all the time. This is another point which I do not like about him and is very evident. There's absolutely no way of defending against this. So, since Verlisify had a good go at me hacking my Pokemon, I want to put out some evidence there as well. Since this has already been viewed in another video before, the hoodlumscrafy video, but I wanted to put this in here as well, just to back up what I already was saying. So, these are two screenshots from a Skype conversation. This is between Verlisify and someone else. I'm not sure who they are, and I don't have anything against this other person at all. Obviously, they were using power save, right? And Verlisify was, talking to this person like a convo. So that straight away rings a bell to me. Like, alarms are ringing for me. Why would Verlisify be talking to someone who does power save and that kind of thing? Like, he despises these people. Like that. And this is his own words. He despises these people. Scum of the earth. The whole rigmarole there. Anyways, so this is a conversation Verlisify basically plotting to fake and lie about breeding a Pokemon. Also, it shows his lack of knowledge in breeding as well. Like Pokemon passing down a ball. Like that's 101, breeding 101. And I've seen him on Twitter drilling into people about not knowing these things. And once again, it's just straight up hypocrisy. Now, this is what I found interesting as well. When he's questioned about, the guy says, I'm going to edit this Pokemon, then he replies back with, editing is still to me. That's a very, very interesting thing to say. But we know Verlisify as saying, oh my God, hackers. Oh, he should have said, hell no, I don't like that kind of thing, And that's what I would have said. Like, hell no, I don't want hack Pokemon. But he said, editing is still to me. It's a different person we're seeing behind the scenes. So it's very hypocritical to what he's portraying and calling out other people, as such as myself, to do. So all the evidence is there. That's how it is. He can try and worm his way out of that one as much as he likes. It's there. That's how it is, and that's how anyone can see that conversation is. He's worried. He's sweating that he doesn't want to get called out for this. And in actual fact, he has been called out for it multiple times. So there you go. That's another quite a very controversial piece of evidence there. In conclusion, I never wanted to meet you guys about this video. I never wanted to talk about Verlisify, but he pushed me into a corner. He made a video about me and has mentioned me in multiple videos in a negative light in terms of hacking and pirating games and a lot of things like that, which I easily debunked in this video. Now, as I said, this has taken up time of me actually doing proper content. Like, this to me is not proper content. This is absolute shit. And I don't like to say that very often, but to me, this is not content. This is why I didn't put any ads in it. I've already explained all that already. You know, you guys already know that. So I want to actually do enjoyable content. I've wasted a lot of today already just putting all this together. I wanted to say one more thing though. Verlisify, I have actually known you were going to do a hacker exposed video or a witch hunt video on me for a long time. So all of this information that I put in the video, I've actually already had for months and months and months. I predicted you do this a long time ago. So just a little thing there. No one takes me by surprise. I've had this in the making for a long time. I've had it all in a file. Everything was already there. I just had to piece together this video and narrate it. So, I just thought I'd let you guys know about that one. I knew this was already going to happen. I could see it as a ticking time bomb. Mainly, why my reasoning for this, Illuminati confirmed. I see Verlisify, if you're cool and friends with him, even if you do hack, or I'm not saying I hack, even if you do hack or have hacking devices or have been accidentally used to hack Pokemon or anything like that, or have a hack ROM or something like that, Verlisify will be cool with you if you're cool with him and friends with him. But the second you're not, and he's threatened by... Verlisify feels I think he feels very threatened by me because, we're obviously... We're similar Pokemon channels. I'm a very large competition to him. He knows this. But I think, Verlisify, you need to start concentrating on yourself rather than everyone else's stats, rather than everyone else. I think if you concentrate on yourself, improved your attitude, changed the way you looked at things, I think your stats would go up a hell of a lot more than they do. And that information is on the house for you. And I could tell that to anyone. I think that's about everything I wanted to say. I'm really disappointed I couldn't put 2 Pokemon sweeps out tonight. I wanted to, but I had to put this out, and I really didn't want to do this video tonight. But as I said, this video was already ready to go. All the information I already had. So as I said, Verlisify, you did not take me by surprise. I knew this was already going to happen. It was basically a matter of time, just me waiting for you. I hoped you wouldn't do it, but you got what you asked for in the end, and I hope you're happy. You'll probably make other videos about this or responses, then, so be it. I'm not going to be reacting to them. This is the only video I'm putting up about it because I feel it basically covers your personality and accusations towards other people in a pretty good general nature. However, if you do want to contact me at all, you can on Twitter. Just ask me. I'm happy to talk. But as long as our conversations stay private and it doesn't get into an argumentative hack fest and we can speak like adults, I'd be happy to absolutely do that. Rather than making waste of time videos like this and creating more drama. I think that's a pretty fair thing to ask for. If you don't want to do that and you're super enraged by this video, which I don't think you should be because you should have saw this coming. I saw this coming a long time ago. That's why I had everything prepared already for you. Anyways, that's about it, people. I hope you... I was going to say I hope you enjoyed this video, but there was nothing enjoyable about this video at all. This was boring to make. This was boring to do. Enlightening wouldn't even do the word. Probably informative would be the best word, but just a really disappointing thing where this could have been avoided so easily by Verlisify if he just simply reached out to me, like I've said before, and asked. That's all he had to do. And I could have provided him with the screenshots and proof like that. It would not have taken any time at all. But he wanted the drama. He wanted the attention. He wanted to get dirt on his competition. That's about it, people. Once again, I'm really sorry about making this sort of crap. It won't happen again, and we're back to my normal videos tomorrow. I've actually just got another cold, and I'm not sure if it's from all the stress from the last day or two, but I do have another cold, so I'm going to try and edit my videos tomorrow. It's just, this thing has been really hanging over my head. I did try my best to ignore it for a very long time, but when someone's constantly at you all the time, in the end, you need to respond, and you need to absolutely put them in their place. And Verlisify, I knew you were going to do this, and I was well prepared for you a long time in advance. You did not take me by surprise. I was well prepared for you. That's about it. Peace out.